Hello, my people. Hello, family. Hello, everyone. Good day to you. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shifts. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode, I want to challenge you, all right, with a hard but necessary truth. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Growth in one area of life while others suffer is not self-development. It is self-centeredness. Growth in one area of life while others suffer is not self-development. It is self-centeredness. See, if you are growing in one area of life while neglecting the rest, you are not truly developing yourself. You are just being self-centered. I know that may sound a little bit harsh, but stay with me. See, self-development is not about excelling in one dimension while other part of your life crumbles. No, it is not that. It is not about building a thriving career while your relationships suffer. It is not about becoming a physically strong while your mind and emotions remain weak. It is not about being spiritually enlightened while financially irresponsible. True self-development is holistic. It is about becoming a well-rounded person, not a lopsided one. And today, I want to help you see the difference so you don't fall into the trap of making personal progress in one area of your life while neglecting the others. You don't fall into the trap of mistaking personal progress in one area for true growth, because if we are not careful, we can become so focused on what is improving that we ignore what is deteriorating. Do you understand me? So let's talk a little bit about it. See, it is easy to fool ourselves into thinking we are growing just because we see progress in one part of our lives. Maybe your business is booming, you're making a hell of money. Do you understand? You have that cash, but your family barely knows you anymore. Maybe you've mastered discipline at the gym, but your emotional health is a mess. Maybe you've developed or deepened your spiritual work with God, whatever that is to you, but you treat people poorly. See the problem? It is possible to be successful and unbalanced. It is possible to be productive and disconnected. It is possible to be informed but unwise. And worst of all, it is possible to feel good about ourselves because of one thing that is growing while completely ignoring the areas that are suffering. That is not self-development. That is self-deception. And at its core, it is also self-centeredness, because it means we are prioritizing our personal gain while neglecting the things and the people that matters. Do you understand me? So why do we often fall into this trap? Why is it easy to focus on one area of our growth while letting others sleep? I think it starts with feeling good when we see progress. It feels good to see progress in our lives. Do you understand me? When you are getting results, it is addictive. If your bank account is growing, you feel accomplished, and that is not bad. If your body is getting stronger, you feel powerful, and that is not bad. If your knowledge is increasing, you feel wise. So it is natural for you to double down on what is working. But in doing so, you might unknowingly ignore the weak areas that also need attention. See, it is easier also to focus on what we enjoy. That's why we neglect areas that we are not enjoying much. Let's be honest. We put more effort into what we like. If you love working out, you spend hours in the gym, but you might not spend that time developing emotional intelligence. If you love learning, you read all day, but you might not take action on everything you've read. If you love work, you pour yourself into it, but you neglect the people waiting for you at home. See, we chase what feels good and we avoid what feels uncomfortable. But I believe real self-development requires discipline to work on the things that don't come naturally to us. And also we get praised for the visible results. People will applaud what they see. If you are making money, they will admire your success. If you are in great shape, they will compliment your discipline. If you are gaining influence, they will respect your ambition. But they don't see the late night arguments at home. They don't see the internal battles that you face. They don't see the silent struggles in the area you've neglected. And if we are not careful, we start measuring our growth based on public applause instead of personal integrity. And that is dangerous, because real development isn't about impressing people. It is about becoming whole as a human being. It is about becoming whole as a person. See, there is cost of one-dimensional growth. There is something that happens when we focus too much on one area while neglecting the rest. And the first thing is we become out of balance. See, I want you to picture a wheel with one giant fully inflated tire and 3 flat ones. Would you expect that particular wheel to roll smoothly? No, of course not. But that is exactly what happens in life when we grow in one dimension and ignore the others. You might be strong financially, but weak relationally. You might be successful outwardly, but empty inwardly. You might be disciplined in your craft, but reckless in your emotions. See, all I'm saying today is balance matters. All right, if one part of your life is thriving while another is starving, your growth is incomplete. Do you understand me? Your growth is incomplete. And another cost is we hurt people around us eventually. One-sided growth often comes at the expense of other people. If your career is your only focus, your family suffers. If your personal success is your only goal, your relationships weaken. If your personal passion blinds you to other people's needs, you become isolated. See, the people around you feel the weight of what you ignore. And when you finally realize the imbalance, it might be too late to repair the damage. Do you understand me? It might be too late to repair the damage, and also we end up feeling empty. That is the truth. You can have success in one area and still feel unfulfilled overall. Why? Because deep down, we know when something is off. You know when your relationships are strained. You know when your physical health is declining. You know when your character is not growing. You know. We all know what we are doing. We know. We might not know the consequences of our actions immediately, but we know what we are doing. No amount of success can silence the inner voice telling you that something is missing. Do you understand me? No amount of success can silence that inner voice that is telling you, the internal voice that keeps telling you that something is missing in your life. So how do you pursue real development? How do you avoid the trap of self-centeredness and one-sided growth? How do we make sure our development is genuine and balanced? There are 4 key principles I will share with you today. And the first one is audit your life regularly. You cannot improve what you don't acknowledge. You take time every month, every quarter, every year to honestly evaluate your life in different areas. Evaluate your physical health. Are you taking care of your body? Your emotional well-being. Are you managing stress and emotions well? Your relationships. Are you nurturing the people in your life that matter? Your career and finances. Are you growing responsibly? Spiritual growth. Are you connected to your deeper purpose? See, identify where you are thriving and where you are neglecting growth, because awareness is the first step to transformation. Then you prioritize what is most important to you, not just what is most rewarding, but what is most important. Don't just invest in what you enjoy. Invest in what is essential too. If your relationships need attention, schedule time for them. If your health is suffering, commit to taking care of yourself. If your mindset is weak, start feeding it with growth-oriented content like this podcast. A well-rounded life requires intentional investment in all areas, not just the fun areas, but in all areas. And then you move to seeking accountability. See, you need people who will tell you the truth. Friends who won't just celebrate your wins, but challenge your weaknesses. Mentors who will help you to see blind spots in your life. Loved ones who will remind you of what truly matters. See, growth isn't just personal, it is relational. So I want you to surround yourself with people who won't let you settle for lopsided success. And finally, you remember that growth serves other people. The ultimate purpose of growth is not just personal achievement, it is contribution. Are you using your success to uplift other people? Are you amplifying and applying your knowledge to serve people? Are you growing in a way that adds value to the world? Because self-development is not real if it is only about you. It should make you better for other people, not just for yourself, but for other people. Let's be real. Growth is hard work. It is uncomfortable. It forces you to confront what we would rather ignore. it requires us to step beyond what is easy and pursue what is necessary. So let me say this. Real development isn't about being better at one thing. It is about becoming whole, healthy,